now have Lynne Jacob with us. Thanks for being on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me yet again.
Yes, it's great to have you on. We always get great business coaching advice from you, and this time around we're going to talk about systems. Now, first of all, a lot of people might be thinking, what are systems? How can they benefit me?
Well, a system basically is just a process. It's what you follow all the time. So you've got a step-by-step process. It's like a recipe. Right? So you're cooking up your business, and you've got all the ingredients, you've got all the steps, 1 through 10 or 20, whatever they are, and by creating the system, then you're going to actually have training happening in your business that maybe hasn't been before. Why? Because by you creating the system of what you do, you're going to delegate it to somebody else. So that frees up your time. By getting this down in writing so that you can do the training, you're actually creating a training manual. And so another benefit from that is that when you have staff changeover, you've got a training manual. The new person comes in and they're much easier to train. Also, systems increase communication throughout the whole business, because when you've got a system in place, a really good system in place, you communicate it to everybody. Everybody in the company now sees the whole system.
Tremendous amount of benefits in several ways, in fact, for business owners to implement the system within their own business. So first off, does a system work in just about every business?
Absolutely. It works in a family. A system for getting groceries, a system for getting the kids to bed, a system for everything that you do in your business, from marketing and sales to actually doing the project, whatever it is you're working on, to doing the quotes, everything. From the first contact of someone calling into your business and what the assistant or the receptionist or the secretary should be saying and how they screen them. Everything's a system. Works so well.
And it is true. If everything is all laid out right there, it's very simple, because as staff changeover happens, everyone can just pick up and lead off where the last person left off, because obviously if everything is in place, they just follow the system and it works great. Now, for some people, they own their own business and they do all the work in it. Mm-hmm. They have trouble letting go and finding the right people, so to speak, to carry out the tasks. Mm-hmm. What can they do to allow them to sort of release that and allow a system to take the place of all the work that they're doing?
Well, they have to understand that if they are doing the job that someone else can do in their place, they're actually paying a whole lot of money per hour right now to the person doing the job, and the job is being done probably poorly, right? Bookkeeping, and that's the very first one that I tell everybody to hire out, because a business owner isn't necessarily a good bookkeeper. Hire a bookkeeper, pay a reasonable rate, get the books done well, and you're saving so much money right there. So by delegating these tasks, you have a problem with trust. Are they going to be done well? Well, if you train them, if you have a good system and you've trained them, then they will be done well.
So you said good system. What do you have to make sure you have so that your system is a good one?
You have to know what it is that you do. And I'll give you an example. In my business, when I got to the point where I had a virtual assistant before, but now I needed somebody in the office to do the sorts of things that were bogging me down. Mm-hmm. So I actually wrote them out, step by step by step, what I did. And then when I was training my assistant on all of these, she had this all written out. It's a training manual. Mm-hmm. And how did I manage to do that? Well, whenever I was doing a project, bookkeeping, for example, it is one of my strengths, but I was getting rid of it. So as I was doing the bookkeeping, everything I did, I stopped and wrote it down. So I was actually going through the process, going through the system myself, and I wrote it down. And now there's the training manual. Okay. So it's short-term pain for long-term gain.
Without a doubt. And there are a couple of ways that you can gain from this. As you mentioned, there are a few benefits that you outlined, but two that really seem prominent to me are, number one, if you delegate some of these tasks to your employees through the system, it'll give you a lot more time to actually work on making your business grow.
Absolutely.
Rather than trying to take care of the daily tasks.
That's right. You're no longer the technician. Now you are the business owner. You are the entrepreneur.
So aside from that, though, if you're able to take away some of those tasks and to have more time on making your business grow, you also probably get a little bit more time to do some of the things you might like to do outside of the business.
Isn't that what it's all about? I mean, we don't get into business to work 24/7 and to burn ourselves out. It's all about getting what it is we want to have. And So that's what it's all about, and by delegating all this stuff through systems and training, then you get a lot more free time if that's what you want. And I certainly do.
I think a lot of people, in fact, want exactly that. And, I think it's a great idea, and I know that a lot of business owners already implement systems into their businesses, but there are a lot out there who don't, in fact. People could benefit from this if they would like more information on how they can have a little bit more time in their life. Because I know that you've benefited, I guess, over the last little while of having some extra time in your life, and you've decided to spend it with family, right?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly, yeah. I was away from my business for 3 months, but with all the systems that my assistant was running, it worked fine, and now I've found a way to get out there and see my grandchildren a lot more frequently.
Nice. So people would like that 3 months away from their business for a little while, and they'd like more information on implementing a system. How can they get it?
Give me a call at 613-353-9941, or better yet, go to the website at www.mljcoaching.com.
You always have great ideas, Lynn. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
It's Lynn Jacob of MLJ Coaching and Consulting, and if it's something that you'd like to learn more about when it comes to implementing systems, a great way to do it is by getting in touch with Lynn. She can give you more details on how you can get started to finally making your business grow, not taking care of the daily tasks as much, but most importantly, find the time to do what you really want to do with your life. So it's a great way to go about looking at that. Right now,